From the coach side of it, I think actually building your personal capacity for being with big emotion. Really, like building the body that allows for that so it doesn't freak you out.
How would I build that body?
I would say you probably have to work with somebody. Can be a therapist, can be a coach. Starting to work with knowing your emotions, being able to discriminate your emotions, being able to, the 0 to 10 scale, I think is really helpful to start to understand what your range is, what your personal range is, and that there's likely other ranges that are different than yours. I even feel like it's kind of generalizable in coaching in general, is normalizing people's experience. So when they're sharing it with you as a coach, like, I really don't want you to freak out. I don't care what it is I tell you. I want you to be like, oh, okay, I can be with that.
Mm-hmm.
I can be with that.
Whatever type it is.
Whatever type it is. But because a lot of the emotional landscape, people just today don't get as much of that as I think we need, that's one of the arenas where doing your own work could be really helpful. And I would say, in my responsibilities of a coach, I actually think it's your duty to do that work. I don't think it's an option. I think it's a requirement. And starting it, I don't mean being at the end of the journey. I mean being willing to keep building that capability in yourself. So that's the first thing I want to say.
Mm-hmm. I remember when I started that journey, the first part, as a 7, we avoid grief and sadness, just basic construct of the type. So it took a lot for me to start to go into my own and to feel it. And at one point, I remember going, you know what, this isn't that bad. Like, I can be in grief and sadness, and I thought it was going to kill me, I thought it was going to be horrible, and I'm kind of okay here. And then I was working with somebody, at some point it transcended my grief and sadness, and we were tapping into shared unconscious grief and sadness. So I'm like processing grief and sadness of the world. And even that felt like it just kind of broadened the ground that I could hold for fours in session.